Deep on Australia's northeastern coast lies a continuous stretch of green that has been breathing for 180 million years. This ecosystem stood undisturbed while the dinosaurs walked the Earth, and it watched them fade away. This timeline illustrates the scale of that longevity. The Daintree is 10 million years older than the Amazon, an age that allowed it to survive the breaking apart of continents and the deep freeze of the last ice age. It is a landscape defined by scale. Covering 1,200 square kilometers, this wild expanse of mountain ranges and coastal lowlands is 16 times larger than the entire country of Singapore. The density of life inside it is equally staggering. If you were to rope off just a single hectare of this rainforest, you would find more plant species inside that small square than you would across the entire United Kingdom. But the biological rhythms that have governed this forest for eons are now meeting a challenge they aren't built for. The global climate is shifting at a speed that threatens to outpace the natural ability of these ancient species to adapt. To understand the weight of what humanity stands to lose, we need to look at the specific biological strategies that have kept this ecosystem intact through nearly 200 million years of environmental upheaval. Life in the Daintree is distributed vertically, from the deep soil to the top of the canopy. In the high branches, where space and sunlight are at a premium, survival requires a highly specialized set of physical tools. The tree kangaroo, for instance, has limbs adapted specifically for gripping and climbing branches rather than hopping across open plains. Solitary and agile, they use their long tails as heavy counterbalances to safely navigate the high treetops. Lower down the trunks, the Boyd's forest dragon employs a physiological trick to stay hidden. Unlike most lizards that must bask in the hot sun to regulate their temperature, this dragon matches its body temperature to the surrounding air, allowing it to remain motionless and camouflaged in the deep shade. At the ground level, the survival of the forest relies on a direct exchange between the tall trees and the animals walking beneath them. Because sunlight is scarce on the forest floor, many species have evolved to bring their resources down to where they are needed. The bumpy satin ash tree sprouts its flowers and heavy fruit directly from its lower trunk, placing its seeds within reach of ground-dwelling wildlife. The primary consumer of that fruit is the southern cassowary. Weighing up to 70 kilograms and sporting a large helmet-like casque on its head, it is Australia's heaviest bird, a creature that shares the physical profile of the theropod dinosaurs that once inhabited these same woods. By consuming massive quantities of forest fruit, the cassowary acts as a mobile dispersal unit. It wanders the forest floor, dropping seeds that ensure the continuous regeneration of the entire 180 million-year-old ecosystem. As mountain rainfall filters through the canopy, it gathers into the Mossman River and moves into the lowland streams, where life must adapt to a semi-aquatic existence. In these streams, the sawshell turtle has developed the ability to stay submerged for long periods by absorbing oxygen directly through its skin. This allows it to remain underwater while hunting for crustaceans and small frogs. The water also draws in the Australian scrub python. It is the continent's largest snake, a powerful predator, fully capable of entering the rivers to search for lizards or rats along the muddy banks. Where the rivers reach the coast, the estuarian crocodile takes over. Living up to 70 years and weighing 1,000 kilograms, these are the world's largest crocodilians, guarding the tidal zones with the most powerful bite in the animal kingdom. These predators are supported by the mangrove forests. With their tangled root systems, the mangroves act as a living buffer, trapping silt from the land and providing a sheltered nursery for countless coastal species. From the mountain streams to the tidal mudflats, every organism occupies a specific niche, forming an interconnected web that has remained functional since the era of the dinosaurs. All of the Daintree's waterways eventually converge at Cape Tribulation. Here, 36 kilometers north of the Daintree River, the mountains form a giant amphitheater that drops directly into the sea. This headland marks a unique geographic collision. It is the only place on Earth where two World Heritage Sites, the wet tropics and the Great Barrier Reef, physically meet. Just offshore, the reef extends seaward with roughly 140 species of coral. The health of this marine environment is directly linked to the forest, which filters the water before it reaches the reef. In the clear shallows, spotted eagle rays hunt for fish and crustaceans. Protected by a venomous stinger on their tail, they navigate these waters with little concern for the black-tipped reef sharks patrolling the deeper edges. This chain of life has endured the slow drift of continents and the cooling of global ice ages. But while those geological shifts took millennia, current global temperatures are rising at a rate that outpaces the natural migration of these ancient species, placing 180 million years of biological continuity at risk. The Daintree managed to outlive the dinosaurs on its own. Now, the future of this ancient world is a choice